This strange gloom keeps getting thicker. We've been descending for a while now. These tunnels are deeper than I thought. What could be down here?
Hello everybody. Welcome to the Tears of the Kingdom walkthrough. This is probably going to be at a leisurely pace, particularly in comparison to the Elden Ring walkthrough I did. This game is very good at distracting you, so I apologize if that happens a lot.
People have been falling ill after coming into contact with the gloom drifting through these caverns. Though here it seems almost misty and not concentrated enough to harm us. We'll keep going, with it coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle. We do not know what waits below, so we need to be ready for anything. But I know I'll be okay with you, Link. Let's go solve this mystery.
Now then, it would be irresponsible of me to start this walkthrough and say we're going to get 100% of the loot in this game. I don't even know how possible that is. I will, however, make sure we get all of the things that you need to be able to accomplish anything that you want within the game. We'll obviously get all of the armor sets. We'll get unique weapons, shields, this kind of thing. It's all glowy. So, expect to see hints, tips, full walkthroughs of zones and areas that are essential to the game. It's difficult for me to decide how this should be structured. Usually I like to do 20 to 30 minute episodes. However, this game is long, and there are times where, like, I might just have to dip off and do things that are not necessarily in the series. I usually like to keep it as complete as possible, because that just helps me avoid people saying, hey, you did this thing and I didn't see how you did it. But, like, we're going to, quite early on, unlock the ability to repair stuff. And if I need to do that between episodes, I'm just going to go and do it. And you guys should repair your stuff when you need to go and do it. There will also probably be some times where I go over parts of the game more than once. So a big example of this is going to be particularly some of the earlier stuff. So, like, we're going to have things that we need to unlock the map. And obviously, as we're going through kind of naturally, there's going to be some that we need to get done early on.
You're not hurt, are you, Link?
Once we reach a certain point in the game, I'm going to want to get the rest of the towers and points of interest, for those that don't know, that are going to be useful to us, such as ranches. And I'm going to want to do all of those as their own one singular episode. And so I may end up in that particular video showing things that we've already done. But that's just so that it's useful for anybody that happens to just tune in for that video.
Great war fought long ago. It was a conflict between allied tribes and someone only ever referred to as the Demon King. Is it possible? Do these murals depict the same legend? This is similar to the statues we saw earlier, a Zonai. And these figures, look like Hylians. This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens. It is said that my ancestors, the first of Hyrule's royal family, were born from a union with gods who had descended from the heavens. These murals tell a similar story, and if they are accurate, then the gods mentioned were the Zonai. They must have forged a relationship with the Hylians of that time, working together to establish the Kingdom of Hyrule. This figure, he seems to be stealing something of incredible power from the young kingdom. This all aligns with what I've read during my studies. And then this, it shows the Demon King. And a fierce battle against him. If the creature depicted here really does represent the Demon King, then... Oh. Incredible! This mural must be the Great War recorded in the royal histories. This is the imprisoning war, and the events that led up to it. Link! This is a huge discovery! All right then, now to use this invention of Pura's. I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh. Oh, it looks like the rest of the murals are obscured. Oh. Just what is this place? Maybe we'll find more answers farther ahead. Link, let's keep moving deeper.
With all that being said, this series is not going to be as heavily scripted, even though I didn't really script Elden Ring. But I haven't, like, made a chain of caves that we need to go to, or anything like this. Instead, we're going to progress the game, and when I feel like we're missing something, we're going to go and get it. Now, I'm going to attempt to keep myself in your shoes and be like, hey, is there a thing we're missing here that we need to go and grab? There are some things we're going to get nice and early. So, just bear with me. But it should come out pretty good. I'm pretty confident. I've got the first kind of probably 20 episodes in mind where we're going to be going. So it's not like it's going to be so disorganized. You're not going to know whether you're coming or going. There are things that I feel like we want to go and grab early. So we are going to be doing that. Such as grabbing a great shield and then giving you guys the ability to repair it. It's basically going to make you immune to damage at the early parts of the game.
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me. Zelda. You who carries that fragile sword. A link. Raru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
How do you know our names?
I believe the term is everything's going to crap. Now, as you can probably tell, I do intend to keep all of the story stuff and the cinematics in the series this time around, mostly because I generally get distracted during the streams, so it'll be nice to actually watch it with you guys and to hear your guys' thoughts on the story, because I'm always terrible at deciphering these things, especially when it's like a silent story. I mean, this one's not as silent as some of the others, but especially when it's like a silent story. I do love to hear what you guys have to say and your theories on it, so if there's something you want to say, something you really enjoyed about the video, please let me know in the comments. But I guess we'll call this the intro.
Link, finally you wake. I've heard a great deal about you from Zelda. Your wounds were severe. I am relieved to see you escape death. Your arm, however, was beyond saving. I had to replace it, lest the injury endanger you further.
It's broken. Now don't worry, I do know where the replacement is. However, first things first, we need 2 wheels of stamina to get it, and I don't know whether we should get it, like, kind of in order. I mean, you could do the quest. We could do the quest. Maybe we'll do the quest. Like, that's the biggest thing that I'm unsure about. One of the best things about this game is you can get basically all of the loot straight away if you want it. However, it kind of takes the reward away from some of the quests. So if you are watching at this point, thank you very much. But also, leave me the suggestion, do you want me to get stuff the long way? Or do you want me to just get you the good stuff straight away? I'd have to bear with me. It's been a while since I've been here. That's actually a way to a shrine later now that I think about it. Interesting. I'm actually looking forward to going through this, now that I kind of know where everything is. I can't bring them... Yeah, we have no ability to bring the map up. So, for example, right? There are probably going to be some little wandering dudes around on this island called Koroks. I'm going to advise you guys go ahead and do the little mini quests that you see them have. But I'm going to wait until I have the map, and I'll probably do all of the Korok seeds on the island as a single video. Because clearing the Great Island of Korok seeds is easy, and so is a good way to get them done. They're very useful. If you don't know what they are how we expand our inventory slots. The game's just telling us right now that we can dive from high places and not take damage if we land in water, which is rather useful to know. And there's no limit to the height that you can fall, and fall in water will not take damage. So if you are very high and you need to take a plunge, that is not going to be an issue. Put these on. One armor is better than non-armor. It's not much better, but it is better. I'm going to upgrade armor as we defeat certain quests in the game. That's my intention. I will give you guys access to upgrade your armor to the maximum earlier than me. The more advantage I can give you in that regard, the better. Either way, take a jump, because it doesn't matter how far we jump. Lots of stuff around here. Again, right, so as we're looking across here, you can see we've got like floating islands and stuff. We don't have the ability to get to some of them just yet. We're going to get it. Don't worry too much about that. There are some important things we can get up here as well. If you happen to be up here so long that it's nighttime, if you see glowing bugs, you're going to want to collect those. Those are very useful. In fact, they're going to be essential for some of the later videos. So I'm going to be collecting them if we're here during the nighttime. I don't know how long we're going to be on the Sky Island for. But just bear that in mind. Title screen. Also note, I will not be using any of the glitches that have been found for the game for this series. I don't think it's the way the game's intended to be played. Whilst it's useful for my stream series so that I can kind of shortcut things and test things out, it's not how I want my walkthrough to be seen or remembered, even if they are useful. So, after our exhilarating view there, we still have no map ability. This is why I'm probably going to rush through this bit as quickly as we can, without doing very much side stuff at all. One of the few things that you definitely want to make sure you're doing a lot of is like using the abilities the game gives to you. Things are going to be breaking a lot in this early stage of the game, so just bear that in mind. So, first things first, when you're first coming into these areas, what I want you to definitely be doing is collecting all of this stuff. Sky Shroom, you see, it restores health. It's not loads of health, but there is a mechanic in this game that we're going to be taking large advantage of, and that is, unless it's like a special enemy, so there's an enemy in this game called a Lionel, for example, which is like a giant centaur, that can break through the mechanic I'm about to tell you. But there is a mechanic in this game where if an enemy hits you and you are at full health, it will not one-shot you, which means if you pause and heal, you can then take another hit. And we're going to be taking full advantage of this, which means as we start gaining upgrades that give us the ability to upgrade either your stamina wheel or your health, we will be favoring stamina all the way at the beginning. What that's going to do is it's going to make our healing very efficient, because you can see all of these like half heart healing items that we have. going to mean we don't need to use very much healing or as much healing as we might do otherwise. You saw there my weapon broke, right? Something to note about this, if you throw the weapon when it's about to break, that will actually do more damage. So something to use to your advantage right now as we're using sticks to fight because we're a caveman. It's just going to be handy for you. Make sure you loot everything. Just everything. There's no stop looting at any point. Just loot everything. This is basically a wooden stick. I don't know why the differentiation between tree branch and wooden stick. That should surely be a club, but hey ho. We have a much better weapon already. We have doubled our damage immediately. I'm just going to pick everything up for now. How many slots do we start with? I think I only gave myself an extra 4 slots. That's quite funny. I did not give myself enough weapon slots on my stream series yet. Okay. Is there anything else I can think of that we need right now? Don't think there is. At the moment, our main mission is to just move forward with the area. Just grab as much stuff as you can. You want everything, really. Especially the healing stuff. Hello, you. We have the pad. I still don't think we get the map, though. I don't know if it gives us the Sky Island map for free. I can't remember if it does. Excellent. Yes, it's very essential to us right now. I think it does give us the map. Excellent. Maybe we can clear this place of Korok seeds then. Probably not. There's going to be places we can't get to. Let's have a look. Just want to have a look. So it does give us the map. Okay, cool. Doesn't give us anything else. But we do get this bit for free, which is rather nice. Very good. So it's jogging my memory. It's weird. I'm quite far in the game. We're restarting right now, and it's making me excited already. Some of these long jumps, we really can't make them right now. So we are going to have to be smart about how we choose to progress at the moment. There are going to be a lot of different and cool ways that we can choose to progress. But we have some challenges to overcome before we get all of the abilities to move around. These apples, we need like everything we can get right now. I don't think you give me anything. We'll take this stick though. Excuse me, I need that. Yeah, that's the enemies we've been facing. That's right. It's lock on. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you guys want me to go through controls or not. If you want me to, let me know in the comments. I can certainly sort something out if that's something you need me to be more explanatory of. Now I'm dropping a load of sticks. Because I don't want to clog my inventory with them right now. It's probably actually useful to keep a few, but their durability is so low that I really just don't like it. If we pick these up, we can throw them using the R1 button, and maybe we'll get some arrows, but I don't think we will. Not that they're very useful because we don't have a bow yet. The bow is actually the best way to fight in this game, in my opinion. It poses the least risk. It just means you need to maintain the amount of arrows you have, which I'll show you guys a trick as we make our way around anyways. But we can't really do it right now. It's more tree branches everywhere, so that's all fun and games. Make our way down again. Grab a frog if you can. Again, something else that's just worth having. Especially if I want to make some elixirs to make myself move faster. But realistically, I'm not really going to have that on enough to make a significant difference in the speed at which I travel. I am particularly slow. A lot of people like to use the horse a lot, but I always find it means I pick up less loot, and I'm a lootaholic, so there's just... it's a thing. Now, if you dodge at the correct time, you see there, I get this flurry rush. Unfortunately, that does still take durability away from your weapon, but it does mean that you can do damage very quickly if you time yourself well when the enemies are launching attacks at you. It's obviously easier said than done a lot of the time, especially if there are multiple enemies harassing you at the same time. We can't really catch these birds yet, so we don't have this. This is what I mean. So we could go around and start like looking for stuff, but if we start going all over the place, we're gonna miss out on things that we would have otherwise got if we had all of the abilities available to us. So I think right now the best thing to do is pick up everything that you see, but keep moving forwards. Keep moving forwards. We want all this. We don't even have a cooking pot yet. So basically cooking right now, the way that it works in a basic manner is it will double the hearts we recover from the food that we put into a recipe, right? That's all we need to know for now. We will be able to do things like add certain stat increases, which are going to be extremely useful. But right now, basically, we only need to heal, by the end of this island, 4 hearts, which is kind of where we need to be. So that means we can do like a few shrooms or like a few apples and have full healing items, which is kind of what we want to have. I did find another trick, but realistically, it's not going to happen for a while, so I don't think it's really worth it early on. And look at all this. This is what I'm saying about the flurry not really necessarily being great, because there's too many enemies at once here. Let's get you. Stick's gone. Ouch. Amazing, you're a quarter. I can't remember the last time an enemy did that damage to me. Oh, that's lovely. Right. So, of course, if you want something a bit longer, but slightly less damage, spears are very good weapons, in my opinion, actually. It's really not something I use enough, to be honest. Go ahead and grab these apples. Is there anything mega I need right now? Don't think there is. Okay, so here it's teaching us a different mechanic. I don't really use it, but there is something to be said about how useful this is, okay? Now, you're not really gonna see this very well demonstrated because we don't have enough stuff in our inventory for it, but anybody that knows anything about Zelda knows if you cook a meal in a cooking pot, then... Oh man, I don't want that to burn. This really isn't easy to proc, is it? Then they don't stack. However, if you bake items next to a fire like this, right? Now, if we leave them there for just a little bit, we don't want them to catch on fire. They should turn into baked apples, right? Just leave them there for a little bit. Let me skip forward slightly. Okay, this really doesn't want to work for me, so I'm not going to spend all day trying to do this, mostly because it's just not worth it. But basically, you can leave stuff next to fires, and you'll be able to cook them, and that will basically increase their effectiveness slightly. Not as good as if you cook them in a pot, but it does make them stackable, which is a key thing that you can use to your advantage later on. Instead, we're going to move on. I don't want to spend all day trying to get the apples cooked. It's really awkward doing it next to the fire like that. But there is a trick to getting it to happen early, to get it to happen easier. Later on, which I will show you guys when we have that available. Let's get up here. Now you can see, technically speaking, it's very inefficient of Stam to be jumping around. I was just being rushed for the... Oh, hello, finally have a sword. Come here. Spears are so good. I'm going to collect your weapons. Haha! Pretty much going to be replacing that straight away once we get downstairs. There is a very nice area we can go to that will give us pretty good weapon that can just tide us over for the early parts of the game. As we are getting ourselves set up. Heading into here, we're going to get told we can't go through yet. Nope. I shouldn't have skipped that. I don't know I did. The closed door. Star wants you to see. this. And I believe, sorry, I just tapped the mic with my ring there. I believe we should get told. Yeah, also need to realize it. Is it not telling us to go? Technically speaking, we want to go there. Can't even zoom in. Oh, we can zoom in. Haha. That's where we want to go. Oh, and another good tip, which I just noticed is still on our mind, is turn this off. I don't like it at all. And I think that's going to be it for me this episode. I really don't want to go above 30 minutes per episode just yet. Like, a part of me is tempted to do, like, story episodes 20-30 minutes, or, like, quest episodes 20-30 minutes. And then maybe we'll have, like, long area ones. So, for example, you guys will see what I mean by shrines shortly enough. Maybe if I'm doing, like, the shrines in a zone, and we're going through all the shrines, that might be a longer episode. And I guess here's a question for you. No, I'm asking a lot right now. If we do like all the shrines in the zone, do you guys want to see me do them like as one fluid thing, where like you'll see me journey between the shrines? Maybe I'll go off into like a cave, you know, get like, because these could be long episodes if we're clearing out areas. Or do you just want to see me kind of get to each shrine and unlock it? As you saw there, we now have our first bow as well, so we are feeling just a tad more equipped now. The day is starting to get on, so in the next episode it's likely to be nighttime by the look of it, which is going to be cool. I can show you guys what I mean by the fireflies I was talking about earlier. And we should start clearing out the shrines that are on the Great Sky Island. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you all again very shortly.